Hi, I'm Brian.
Hi, I'm Whitney.
Today we wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about our Ttc journey 6 months in. So we've been trying to get pregnant for, just a little over 6 months now?
Since about February, maybe March.
So we felt October was a good time to post this because it's an important month for people with infertility. So let's do this.
Alright, hope you enjoy the video.
Just a little history on both of us, just past histories with pregnancies and everything. You want to start?
I am 27 years old and I have 2 children. My first one was a big surprise. Wasn't really trying and such like that, but she ended up getting pregnant and we had our baby. But the second one was definitely planned. The only thing is with her, some pregnancy tests were positive, others were negative. We didn't really know what to do. We went to doctors. They said yes, they said no. It was odd, but yeah.
So she did end up being pregnant, and neither pregnancy was difficult. Both kids came out completely healthy. So
one was a C-section, the other was natural.
So completely normal chances with your previous kids.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've always had painful periods and everything like that. I'm 24, so I've always had painful periods, and there are people in my family that have had trouble getting pregnant and have had to go through IVF, but I've experienced previous losses. I've gotten pregnant and not stayed pregnant any of the times, which is heartbreaking in its own, but we know that I can get pregnant. We just haven't gotten to experience that together. I've experienced that with other people, but not with Brian so far. And we are impatient, but hopeful. So before we really get into all the other changes that we've made, we wanted to talk about some of the outside resources that we've used. So I listened to Robin Birkin's Fertility Warriors podcast on Spotify. I would definitely check that out if you're trying, because she hits on just about everything from weight to guest speakers and everything else. It really does cover everything. And then I've got 2 books that I read pretty frequently. They stay in my nightstand, and that's the bump book. And this has TTC information in it and what best things you can do to get your body baby ready. And then what to expect has a what to expect before you're expecting book, and it has all what you should be eating, the vitamins you should take, just everything right along with that. We use the Kendara app to track my temperatures, my weight, what I'm eating, all that other stuff, and tracking my periods and things like that. And it gives you a chart, it'll actually make you a line graph in it to tell you, hey, this is probably your time, hey, this is probably not. So
Everything is on a schedule, basically. Everything is timed just right. Another thing, she was talking about her vitamins. She does take prenatal vitamins, and I make sure that she gets her 2 every morning. And it's a process to keep track of everything and to keep organized. But if you work on it together and such like that, it makes it easier. You to have a supportive man in your life, or friends or whatnot. Those are also very important to have.
There's a lot of give and take in this too, because he reminds me to take my vitamins, and sometimes I'm like, no, hold on, but he's persistent. He goes, hey, take your vitamins. And then there's sometimes that I'm just really, really moody, and I'm angry, and I'm upset, and I'm frustrated because we've gotten another negative, or it's just not the time. And then we've had more PCOS symptoms come up. So I have polycystic ovarian syndrome. We've had more symptoms come up in the last 6 months trying than I think I've had in a long time. So
on the plus side, though, the doctors have said that for the last year or so, she has become a lot more healthier, and her body from inside out looks good. And that's something that has also been an issue in her past, as far as I'm aware. So that's also a very good plus that our body is now in a better shape.
My body's working towards it. It's just not, it hasn't been the exact right circumstances, and that's really what you have to do to have a baby. It's got to be perfect condition, like the perfect weather for you to get pregnant, and we haven't supplied those perfect conditions yet, and it's frustrating. So getting into some of the changes we've made, we talked about like exercising more. My last doctor's appointment, she told me to try to get back to the weight I was when I got pregnant last, which was easily 45 pounds, and I've lost 20
About
since
20,
then.
22.
And that's just been a whole diet exercise change with only eating on a schedule and staying within like a certain calorie limit, which isn't that hard.
But it's not that easy
But
either.
it was also training myself to eat 3 times a day instead of just skipping breakfast because of my work schedule being so weird. So, and then we got a lot more mindful about the things that I was putting in my body for sure. So I don't drink. I'll have like a small drink every once in a while at dinner with friends, but I don't drink at all. And then I stopped smoking when we got together, or right after, yeah. And then I don't take ibuprofen unless I need to, just in case I were to get pregnant. I don't want that to be an issue. And then what are other things? We don't eat anything heated in plastic. I don't really drink anything out of plastic water bottles. We're really mindful about all of the toxins that we use and all the chemicals that we use to clean the house to make sure it's nothing bad. And then like I'm not eating anything out of plastic. We have glass containers now, and that's just what we use to put our food in and to heat our food in. And
Plus, it's so much easier to clean.
it hasn't been, the diet and the exercise and just the mindfulness haven't been that much of an issue because it was stuff that we were trying to work on before. So, yeah.
Yep. The next part of this is exercising. I mentioned just a few minutes ago that we do Wii exercises. It does help for the most part. It does help us keep track of our weight. Plus, it's really fun. It's something me and her enjoy doing together. Other things
We also
do
get friends
is,
involved with it too, so
Oh,
that
yeah.
becomes a lot of fun because we're really competitive. I'm really competitive.
Yeah.
You're fine, I guess.
I mean, I continue winning, so I don't care. It's fun.
Yeah. But we've had a lot of fun getting other people involved with us too, and I'm lucky to have 2 wonderful best friends in my life that are super supportive. And I mean, Chelsea's been with me forever, and she's been incredibly supportive on all of this and pushes me to go on walks and pushes me to take care of my body. And then we have a squat timer that we do, so every day we'll sit and like I'll text them and be like, hey, it's time to do squats, and then we do like 10 or 20 squats
In the middle of Walmart, man,
in the
mind you,
middle of
we're
Walmart.
doing squats.
At work, while we're taking care of people, it's just like, okay, 20 squats, and then we do 20 squats, and then like 2 hours later it's like, okay, 20 squats again. So having other people involved, getting a good support system has been the key to keeping us on the right track with all of this. So we're lucky to have Taylor and
support.
Chelsea in our lives, and all the support, and Brian's friend is getting involved in it. It's been really helpful. So how we're coping with everything. We bought our dream stroller, which was, I would say it's a semi-big purchase. I think we got it for what, like $50, $60 off.
Mm-hmm.
So we caught it at a good time on sale. But it's the Mon Baby Dash travel system, and I'll share a picture of it at some point, or I'll link it. But we bought it, and it's like blue denim and leather, like cognac leather, and it's beautiful. But we decided to buy that one day, I would say kind of on a whim, because we wanted it and we couldn't find it at our normal Walmart, so we found it at another one and we got it. So we've bought the stroller, we've bought a couple other things, like some Ray Dunn onesies to kind of just keep with the theme of Ray Dunn in the house, and then we sat down one day and we built our registry. Like, our entire registry, start to finish, of everything that we wanted. And
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. We've bought a lot of stuff off of it already, though, too. So, like, one of the sound machines that we wanted and some outfits, we've done all of that already. We have it. It's stored now, but we bought some really cute onesies that say, like, Food Critic and stuff like that. So we got that going for us. And then we planned down to what furniture we want from what stores. We planned our nursery, and our second bedroom's on the other side of this wall. And right now it's my office, but beyond that, it's we know what crib we want, we know what dresser we want, we know we're gonna switch the knobs out on the dresser and do like little fun things and sensory stuff. And we've got plants. We already have quite a bit of the decorations and the shelving and stuff for that. We're ready to put it up. We're ready for the chance to put it up and to be able to put a baby in there and be like, hey, this is your room. So
yeah, we have a shelf in there that we found literally for free. We were getting ready to head to work, and this lady had a free shelf, and I grabbed it. And it needs a little bit of a paint job, but other than that, it actually fits really nice with the bedroom.
Yeah, we were thrifting the other day, and we found the most beautiful green chair that already matches a pillow that we have, so it's kind of perfect. But it's a green swivel rocker, and we sat down in them for like 20 minutes because they felt so comfortable. There was a pair of them, and I want it so bad. So we're just kind of waiting and biding our time to see if that's going to be a possibility or not. But when we're out and about, we're like, hey, look at this, or hey, look at this, and it's really given us a chance to be like, okay, but this is what I want in the nursery, and this is what I want. So it's been a compromise and a lot of suggestions and a lot of, hey, let's talk about this, which I think has been incredibly beneficial to our marriage too, because we have to sit down and discuss, like, do you want pacifiers? Do you want bottles? How do you feel about breastfeeding? How do you feel about bottle feeding early? Like, where we want the baby to sleep, what kind of bassinet we want. We've talked about it all.
And something we came to realize during our marriage and whatnot is that we have a lot in common when it comes to our baby. We agree very easily on certain things because we have the same taste, we have the same style, we have the same outlook.
The parenting style
yeah,
is the
exactly.
same.
The same outlook on what we want for our child, our children. So yeah, that's also a plus, to not have to argue.
There
over
hasn't
what's
been
what.
conflict over, hey, this is what I'd rather do. It's been pretty much just streamlined the whole way through. We've discussed it, and it's been like, yeah, I agree, this is a good key point, or hey, can we discuss this further?
Or she'll come with an idea, or vice versa, I'll come with an idea, and she and I will look at each other and go, I was thinking the same thing. How'd you do that?
Yeah.
And it's just that interlock,
It's just knowing each other and knowing each other well. That's been kind of the best kind of thing here. Because we're on the same page. And if we're on the same page about it now, then we're at a good point. So that's been incredible. So
Topic number 5.
impact on our marriage.
Sorry, I thought she was going to impact me.
What? No. I won't say that we've struggled to talk about, we haven't struggled to talk about any baby stuff. We haven't argued really about any kind of baby related thing. But because of, with COVID, having to go to work, come straight home, spend all of our time with just each other, not get to go out, we've definitely hit some snags in the road. We've had some disagreements. Some of them were kind of loud. But there hasn't been, like, I won't say per se, huge spats.
What she's referring to, the fact is that it has been so stressful trying to have a baby, trying to, do this process, pay bills, and deal with COVID.
Plan a wedding.
Yeah, plan a wedding and
Which
everything
is,
else.
Like,
Yeah, almost 2 weeks away.
yeah.
And it has been a lot. Financially, it's been a lot, everything else. So we have normal, everyday couple problems. But like she
Just married
said,
life.
yeah, like she said though, when it comes to having a baby or talking about a baby, that is one thing that we never argue about. We are very in the same boat with what we want.
We're pretty set in stone on what we both want, and the conversation of having a baby started before we even got married. Like, when it wasn't before we were dating, like, there was talk about if you wanted more kids, and I told you that I wanted to try to, like, get pregnant, stay pregnant, and have a kid, and we've been really upfront, honest with each other this whole time about our goals for parenthood and our goals for raising a child. But there hasn't been any kind of huge disagreement about the baby at all.
No.
So on to next steps, which is our last part of this, but on to next steps. I went to the doctor. She talked about weight loss. I have a meeting with the bariatric people? Is that what they're called? Anyway, I have a meeting with the,
Yes,
I have a meeting with the weight loss people to talk about further steps that I can take, and then you have to go get some tests run. I have to get blood work done. So
she does not like her blood to be drawn.
no, I don't like needles. I have tattoos, but I don't like needles. And then I had to have an ultrasound done.
Not fun.
It hurt. It wasn't a normal ultrasound, and it was not fun. But my right or my left ovary is like further off than it should be. So they had to kind of dig for it, and it hurt really bad. And you weren't with me because you can't go to the doctor with me right now. And
That is also something really hard. I can't go with her anywhere.
You can't go with me to get my blood work done. And it's not that I'm just afraid of needles. I pass out sometimes. But he can't go with me to get that done. And
stupid COVID.
It's been really hard to have to not be with each other. So, but the next steps are like the weight loss, getting blood work done, you're having tests run, I'm having more tests run, and then I go back to the doctor in November. But, I mean, everything's been kind of weird in my body lately, so.
And I think we'll do an update video on the day that she is to go to this appointment.
Yeah, we can try to do that, or we could do something on like Instagram and let everybody know, but I'm hopeful about this appointment. I'm hoping that she tells me we have a good thing going. So that is going to be it for this video, guys. We wanted to update everybody. October is it's Infant Loss Awareness Month, which is obviously very near and dear to me and is becoming near and dear to you, but it had to be this month that we did this, and I think there's a good reason for that. I think we did start trying in February. I think it's good for us to have hit our 6 months.
It's been a long time. I mean, 6 months does not go by fast.
I mean,
it does, but it seems like it just drags on forever.
It's been rough for sure, but we're looking forward to all of the changes that are happening around here and all of the changes that we've made and everything that we've gotten to discuss together. I think has made us a lot stronger as a newly married couple, but
we sure don't act like a newly married couple.
You know, I feel like I've known you for like 95 years, which is good because you're like 103, so I guess that counts. But that's going to be it for this video, guys, and we're really glad that you watched this, that you found this, that this could be an important step and an important video in somebody's TTC journey.
We're hoping whoever watches this video, or if you're watching this right now, we really hope that our video inspires you guys to keep trying and to keep doing it. We know it's a hard process, and I know every process is different, but just keep your chins up.
So check out my Instagram and everything else for updates, and we'll try to update you as much as possible. But thank you for watching, and subscribe if you want to.
Subscribe to her.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye-bye.